Hey everybody, it's Andy. Welcome back to my show where I help you build a career you love. Today got a nice little tip for you on job interviewing as it relates to your response to the failure question. So you know the one I'm talking about where they say to you, hey, tell me about a time when you failed at something. And let's just talk about what it is that they're actually looking for. There's really three things that you need to keep in mind as you tell your story. And the major points here are that these three things are what the employer is trying to glean out of the story. The story you tell, the content of the story you tell, is not nearly as important as the context they're trying to grab out of it as they look for these characteristics about you. So let me tell you what I mean by that. When I ask you the failure question, I'm less concerned with what the specific failure was, but I'm more concerned with, first, did you own it? So did you take responsibility, or are you the kind of person that's dishing blame? Well, I failed at this because I was given a poor product to maintain. Those kind of things. If you fall into the blame game, it's not going to go well. So the employer is first looking to see, did you own it? Secondly is, what'd you learn? So as I made this mistake, here's what I then discovered. I certainly needed to experience it first in order for me to learn that, but the great thing was, here's what I learned. So the word learned needs to be in there, that's second. And then the third thing is, well, how'd you recover? What was the ultimate outcome? Did you actually bring that story into fruition? So you could have failed at something, but what did you do? Did you just kind of kick it to the side and leave it alone? Or what'd you learn? And then what did you do with what you learned to make it a success, or at least recover or address the issue? So I failed when I initially gave this customer something that the customer didn't want. Here's what I learned. And then the recovery was I worked with the customer too, and then what ultimately happened. So did you own it? Did you learn from it? And how did you recover? Now, here's a little bonus tip for you. I think it's nice for you to add your perspective about life. Lots of people are afraid to make mistakes, but I think if you can show them that, hey, I know throughout my career that I am going to continually encounter things that I don't have experience with, and I think that's a big and positive part of growing, and I think mistakes or these failures, if you want to call them that, are going to be part of the overall learning process. So I embrace those. I'm not afraid of them. We don't want to do them on purpose, obviously, but I think making mistakes, failing at certain things is going to be part of stretching our products, our services, and the other things that we bring forward to our teams and our communities and our customers. So that's my perspective on that. And so I think if you wrap the end of your story with something like that, it puts a nice little bow on it. So I hope you enjoyed this tip. There's lots more job interviewing tips on the playlist on my YouTube channel. I also have a job interviewing webinar called 3 Keys to Ace Any Job Interview. I hope you enjoy those, and make sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel. I'm live every Tuesday and Thursdays. On Tuesdays, I have Careers and Coffee in the morning at 7 a.m. Central Time, and on Thursdays, I'm live with my live office hours at 11 a.m. Central Time. Hope you can join me for those. Till next week, take care.